A very pleasant evening to you, sports fans. We say welcome, welcome, welcome once again to your favorite sports calling show here on Reggae Radio IRFM. My name is Robert Williams. Not here in Raja. I guess Raja is here with us too. Yes, I'm seeing him, so I know he's here. Yes. We say welcome, welcome once again to your favorite sports calling show here on Reggae Radio. The numbers to call us 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 818-0352. Toll free, it's 888-991-4152. And the WhatsApp line is 876-838-2405. Remember, you can share with us via the WhatsApp line. You can here at Sabina Park when that should be, well, it's a consolation game, basically a dead rubber, because Australia have taken a 2-0 lead in the series so far. So there's really nothing to play for here. Kind of tired of saying we're playing for pride now. So I won't even bother say that. But we're still not hearing Raja. Raja seems to be hearing us, but we're not hearing him. As we say goodbye to Talia. All right. Okay, so remember the numbers to call us 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352, and the toll free is 888-991-4152. Hearing a little echo here now, but still no Raja. Yeah. You hearing me, Raja, right? Yes, Raja says he's hearing us, but we're not hearing him. I don't know what is happening. Well, the technical person is working on that. DJ Collision is here. Peter Bradby is here. Shaquille Gale is here. All working on it. And of course, my producers tonight, Wade Brown and Dwight Fraser. So, as we said, the West Indies went down by massive score yesterday at the Grenada National Stadium. And leave us now trailing 2-0 in the series. But the West Indies, of course, competitive first 2 days, and then it fell apart. And like it was in the first test. Spare a thought for the South Africa captain. What a whole heap of respect him have for Brian Lara. Had a chance to break the world record. Well, we still don't know if he would have done that. But, I mean, based on what he was able to achieve, he's 33 runs away. And he decided that, man, they're a legend, you know, can't take them on the record. So, opted not to go for it. Declared the South Africa innings at 367, I think it was. And my word, massive respect for Brian Lara to not have gone for the record. Later this evening, we're going to be speaking with the president of the Jamaica Cricket Association as we get an update on what's happening at Sabina Park as far as the pink ball test is concerned and the preparations leading up, Dr. Donovan Bennett. We're also going to be speaking with the CEO of Cricket West Indies, Chris Dehring. Andrew Mason is supposed to be joining us as well. And we're also going to be speaking with the president of the Lions United Sports Club in New York. They have a fundraiser coming up. So we're going to be speaking with him about that. And the newly elected president of Netball Jamaica, Karen Rosenbaugh. We're going to be sharing with her as well as we go along throughout the program. Anything yet from Roger? Still not hearing Roger. Where are we as far as that is concerned? Okay, so after the test series here in Jamaica against the Australians, we move straight into the T20 internationals. We have 5 T20 internationals. The first 2 will be here in Jamaica. And then, of course, we head to Bastia, that's in St. Kitts, for the remainder of the series. We also see where there's an exciting series going on between England and India. Shubman Gill, star performer there. Wow. Tell you, that series is as exciting as the test series between the West Indies and Australia. I don't know if you'd say the series between the West Indies and Australia is as exciting as we would want it to be. But nevertheless, interesting series. And then the South Africa-Zimbabwe series. So a lot of cricket being played. You remember the Indians making 587 and 427 for 6 declared in that series at, where is it, Edgbaston. And then we had England responding to India's 587, making 407. And then the Indians went back to bat, 427 for 6 declared, and then Bolo, the home team, for 271. So Shubman Gill, the man of the match there. Of course, he made what? 269 in the first innings. And then came back to make another big score. Of course, there were centuries also from the England batters. I think it was Harry Brook, the captain, and Jamie Smith also had a century. And then Shubman Gill came back with another century. So lots of runs being scored in the test matches, except the one between the West Indies and Australia. So we're looking forward to the third test. The Australia and the West Indies players are scheduled to arrive in the island tomorrow. So we'll get things up and running for that. Yes, Kishane Thompson gave us another big one on the weekend in Oregon. Still nothing from Raja. Yes, Kishane gave us another big one in Oregon. It's going to be interesting to see the showdown with him and Noah Lyles as the season progresses. And just keeping across the netball, we say congratulations to Karen Rosenbaugh. She, of course, was elected unopposed as president of Netball Jamaica. And we say congratulations to her. We speak with her later on. And, of course, Jamaica's top-ranked male tennis player, Blaise Bignell. He won the World Tour M25 title for the second time. Roger hearing us now? Roger hearing us now? Roger, you hearing us now?
You hearing me?
Yeah, but it's we're getting an echo. We're getting an echo, but and the volume is low as well.
Still hearing me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you now. Hearing you now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the program, man.
Yeah, man. Good to be here, man. Good to be here. Good to be here. Yeah, man. I heard your preamble, and we can't just backtrack. What we started with the West Indies.
It's West Indies, because some people are saying West Indies, but it's not.
Why,
it's West Indies.
If we can manage Josh Hazelwood and Pat Cummings and Mitchell Stark and Lyon in the daylight, or we're going to manage them under the light.
I was wondering where you're going with that, because that is probably one of the best bowling teams you can find right now. And
we can't do it in the daylight, boy. I don't know what we're going to do it in the night, boy.
With the dew on the ball, we might handle them better. But it is definitely going to be a challenge.
Nah.
And let's hope we have the day and night test as it should be, because the rumblings is that all is not yet in place. But
Yes.
let us hope that We're not embarrassed.
Yeah, I saw a report that they're trying to get all of the focal points together, and the person in charge of the whole project said, "Boy, it's Friday night before them can get everything," which is kind of cutting it very close.
Well.
Friday night them all get everything in order, and he was pretty confident, but that
But I was
close.
wondering what was the purpose of those 2 matches last week.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what it was supposed to be? But I guess when we talk to Dr. Bennett in a little while, we should get more on that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I wish them luck still. I wish West Indies luck.
No, you wish us luck. Because it has to do with us as well. So we wish ourselves
I wish
luck.
them looking at the third test, boy. I wish them very. I don't know. But
We need some luck. We need some luck.
It looking.
And we can't rely on the umpires because they're not helping us either. So we really need some luck.
Yeah. Mr. Mulder himself, that spoke about the ultimate respect him after the.
Yes.
Boy.
I'm puzzled.
Yeah.
I'm puzzled. I mean, every cricketer would want to be the world record holder.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you'd have gotten there, but the trajectory he was on course to get there.
It's like they still have a lot of. I have 3 more days to go where them could have still go out for a victory.
I wonder what was the conversation with Lara. I doubt they had a conversation anyway. But it really,
So the record remains because it's from 56 or 58. The batting record has been with the West Indies,
Right.
It's the record feels so buzz. Then, it was broken for a 2-year period by Matthew Hayden.
Right, and then there was somebody else. Jawardine did get some.
He came close to Jawardine. One of them retired out of some. I think it was Mark Taylor, one of them. He said he never want to go past Dan Bradman score,
So what his name was doing, Mulder was doing is not new. Why, my goodness.
But that was a strange one still, But
so we're still not qualified for the World Championships in terms of the relays, because we didn't make the cut at that meet in Barbados.
No. So. In regards to that, I'm looking at the point that, Jamaica has been a staple for that event decades now, in terms of, always being in the relays and with the whole new criteria now. And I am just wondering now that why, in terms of how we're going forward now. Is it the world record holder now on the outside looking in? It's like it's coming like a West Indies thing. Because we know everybody know. They're looking about their individual events, and it's all about that.
But we still have some more events where we can.
Well, I have 2 more.
So I think we have one in the London Grand Prix
and the Nakak.
And the Nakak one I think that is in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But Roger, we're going to run to the break and then we'll come right back. The program brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We run to the break.
Makes it so easy. 1 pill before you link, prevent HIV.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
9:16.
Hermosa Health, registered ambulatory surgery center in Santa Ana, offers orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, neurosurgery, stem cell and platelets-rich plasma procedures, affordable specialist wound and hernia clinics and surgery, a registered day surgery facility with modern operating theater suites. Enjoy spacious, comfortable and welcoming surroundings. We accept all major health cards. Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370 or 383-2067.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio, IRA FM. As we said earlier, predominantly cricket tonight. We're hoping to be joined by Andrew Mason. We don't have Andrew as yet, but I think I see Chris on the line, so might as well we just go talk to Chris until we get to Andrew. Chris, good evening, Mr. Dehring, the CEO of Cricket West Indies. How are you, my friend?
Good evening.
Why?
I'm fine.
You know the program, you know, man. You know the program. You come in early. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. It is. It's always a challenge, West Indies cricket.
Why? Good to have you anyway. Your assessment so far of what has happened over the past two matches? We'll touch that first.
Well, it's a mixed bag. I mean, at the end of the day, disappointing, but we've been right there toe to toe with Australia for most of the match, and then I guess the overall strength of the Australian team versus ours comes through in the end. But it's heartening to see the quality performance of our bowling. Our fielding was atrocious in the first game, but that certainly tightened up in the second game. And it just goes to show there's not a lot of difference in having a solid performance and having a poor performance. There's just a few things that if you had gotten right, for instance, in the first game, in Barbados, if we're taking our catches, we could have maybe bowled out Australia for 130. If we, had gotten the benefit of a couple of decisions, we could have had a 100 run lead. So the little things that, you really almost have to go your way if you're not at the same quality strength of your opposition. But it's heartening to see that we've been in the matches all the way through until, the second innings of both matches.
Right.
You get the feeling, though, Chris, that this is a bowling series because the two teams between the two teams is 40 wickets so far.
Yes, and certainly the pitches have not been the best for batting. So let's put it that way. Bowlers have found quite a bit of joy, lot of lateral movement on both pitches. So it's definitely has been a bowler's pitches so far, and Sabina is not expected to be a bowler's pitch, so we could definitely see what whether or not the cream will rise to the top.
So, Chris, it is going to be an historic event at Sabina Park. First day and night test match. It's going to be a big experience for us. We have never had this here in Jamaica. How are you looking forward to that experience? Historic event.
Yeah, so look, the globally, day-night test matches have shown that it gives people the entertainment option of night cricket, that experience. And so we're very excited about the fact that Sabina is going to be hosting its first pink ball day-night test match. It starts on a Saturday and on a Sunday, so we have 2 great days to come out and enjoy test match cricket. Some of the best cricketers in the world are going to be on show, whether or not they're playing for the West Indies or not. And all the more so reason, it's nice being the underdog sometimes, so you can go out and give support to the underdog to pull off an upset. We are in a new test cycle, the World Test Championship cycle, and every test match actually matters. So if we can still pull off a victory, even though we've lost a series, if we can still somehow pull off a victory, it will really stand us well in the World Test Championship cycle. So it's very important because this is the first series of that cycle. And if you can pull off a victory against a much higher ranked team, Australia, I think, are still ranked number 1, and we're down at number 9. So if we can pull off a victory, you understand it really would be quite a fillip.
And just to add also that Brandon King, playing Test cricket now for the first time, gets right home to play his first Test match, and we also have John Campbell, and we're speaking of the condition that they're going to be in the team on on Saturday.
Yes, we have to make assumptions, and certainly I would make the assumption Brandon is going to be,
I
he's
would
top
do so
scored for the
too.
series, top scored for the series so far. And quite frankly, he has looked. It's hard to believe he didn't play Test cricket before. He certainly looks the part. He looked the part
Especially in this
on
last match.
particularly challenging wicket. And he looked very comfortable, very composed, very, his technique was superb. And in fact, probably I would say, between himself and Shai Hope, have look like they have the best technique for international Test cricket, and it really was a joy to watch. And he came out from the first ball, even in the second innings, really stroking it around the park. Looked very good until he got a beauty. One of those balls that
Yeah.
you think you've gotten everything right in your defensive stroke, but the ball just it held its line and hit the top of the off stump. It's one of those balls you just have to. You have to say, well done to the bowler. That was a beauty.
Yeah.
But Chris, in regards to Brandon King, the fact that he has played international cricket for a number of years now, that would have really kind of bring some sort of comfort level to him going out there against international bowling. It brings to us that good cricketers are shipped off into T20 very early these days, and because we know what keeps them there, we might see a lot of good cricketers not going this route, and they just
Fall by the
they
wayside.
just gone off. They just move off. But a man like King now, we capture him, and we are seeing something of a result so far.
So look, technique in cricket doesn't change whether it's T20 or international Test cricket. Yes, techniques have evolved generally because of T20, but there are certain basic fundamentals you still have to get right. You have to have a sound defense. You have to have that comfort in playing defense, and you just simply have to play more defensively in Test cricket, and knowing when to attack. In T20, you have to attack every ball because it's only 20 overs. But in Test cricket, you really have to understand the choice of when to make that decision to attack, which ball to attack, which phase of the game that you're in, what is the state of this particular game, and where I am at in that particular phase, and then choose how I tactically go about putting together my innings. So it's a bit more complex, but the fundamentals are the same. So if you can develop your and hone your skills in Test cricket, it will help you with T20, and vice versa. T20 will also help you to find more scoring opportunities in Test cricket. But it's up to the player to be able to put that all together. It's very important. You have to be able to put it all together and make the adjustment depending on the format you're playing. So you see Indian cricketers, Indian batsmen, they're playing all forms. You see a Shubman Gill or a Jaiswal, and so they're playing all forms of cricket, but they're able to. So Shubman Gill obviously knows how to adjust for Test cricket, and he knows he's going to have to bat for longer. There's going to be periods where he has to, the bowling is on top, so he has to, wait for a while. He knows that he needs to get this ball to 50 overs on, so that, it's an older ball, it's doing a little bit less, the bowlers are a little more tired, and then it's his turn, type of thing. And it's a learning process. So
yeah, but the question though, I mean, you spoke about India, which is an excellent example of their cricketers playing all form of game. What can we now learn from a team like India who has these type of players?
Well,
have to make them.
it's not a question of learning. I mean, if we had the resources of India, we'd retain our players as well. As you see, Indian players play when the BCCI tells them when and where to play, because the BCCI can afford to contract them. Excuse me?
Is a resources thing then?
Absolutely. There's no question that the vast difference in resources between the various countries now is really coming to the fore because of the quantum of that resource gap. I always tell people back when West Indies dominated the world, the resource gap, the commercial gap between ourselves and an England or an India was no more than 10 or 12 million US dollars a year.
And as we talk about millions per year, the T20 comes right after the pink ball test. And we talk about Andre Russell, Robman Powell, and the likes coming into Sabina Park now for the T20 series. So it is now going to be more than Brandon King and John Campbell, because the exciting T20s, we have two of them here, Chris.
Absolutely, and again, those are matches that will be day night, or will be night really
matches,
evening
yeah.
matches, evening into night, and it's really a great chance to see some of the best now T20 players in the world. And let's face it, West Indies is still very much ranked in the T20, and we're very much a force there, and very much World Cup contenders and so on. And so there's extra incentive as well, because we do want to make sure our ranking is high, to make sure our individual countries get opportunities in things like the Pan Am Games, things like the Olympic Games, and so on. So West Indies rankings will hopefully influence all of that. And so it's important we win these T20s against Australia.
So for the test matches, Chris, the games will start at about 1:30 in the afternoon, heading into the night.
Yes,
And-
I actually think it's 2, but it's 2 p.m.
Okay.
heading into the night.
And then the T20 games,
I
think it's
not all. The thing is 8 o'clock, is it?
okay. Well, or 7 o'clock in Jamaica.
Yeah, 7 o'clock in
Yes,
Jamaica. Yeah,
yes.
8 o'clock here.
What assurances have you gotten so far in regards to what should be a smooth operation where the day-night first time in Jamaica test match is concerned?
Look, the JCA continue to assure us that everything has been put in place. They're testing the lights every night now. They're fine-tuning the directional pointing of the lights using, sophisticated laser systems and so on. So every day we have reports. We actually have some of our people on the ground now, monitoring and so on. And so far the reports are very positive. So
All
the
right,
results so far, even before the fine tuning, is showing that hey, we should have a great night.
All right, so we're going to be speaking with Dr. Bennett to get the finite details on all that. Chris, thanks again. Anything you want to tell us about tickets? How are tickets going?
I can ask Chris one thing before that final thing. Chris, you mentioned earlier about the cricket in the Olympics. How will West Indies approach that once it is a certainty that West Indies will have some form of participation at the World Cup?
Well, we are lobbying very heavily at ICC. We're using all the governments of the Caribbean to make sure that there's a qualification path. And that's the most important thing. We're not just excluded simply because of our structure. As you know, West Indies can't participate in the Olympics, but our individual countries can. So we want to make sure that if the West Indies qualifies by virtue of whether it's ranked or whatever as one of the top 5 or top 6 or whatever, then we get to choose which one of our countries represent the West Indies at the Olympics. And so we might have an elimination tournament. Our idea is to have a qualification tournament within our countries who have qualification. So Jamaica might be able to go to the Olympics as a cricket team.
Okay.
I think the last time we had something like that, it was Barbados that went.
It was a Commonwealth
I think it was a
Games,
Commonwealth Games. Chris, thanks again. Always a pleasure speaking with you, my brother.
All right, man.
Looking forward to you at Sabina. You reach Jamaica yet, by the way?
No, I'll be coming on Friday.
Okay, all right, good. Thanks again. All right, so we're on to another break, and when we come back, we're going to be speaking with the president of the Jamaica Cricket Association, Dr. Donovan Bennett. The program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Oterias. Call 974-3370. Oh, so we continue. Okay. So we don't have a break, so we continue. All right, so we have Dr. Bennett on the line, the president of the Jamaica Cricket Association. Dr. Bennett, how are you, sir? Hello, Dr. Bennett?
Yes.
Greetings. Welcome to the program, Doc.
I said thanks for having me, and I hope you're well. I shouldn't hope that you're well, because you sound as if you're very well. Right?
Well, I know you should be tired because you should be having some long days.
Well, yeah, we've been having some challenges. Things haven't gone exactly as I would have liked, when you're dealing with contractors, etc., you're going to find that their timetable and the amount of work that they are put out there on a daily basis might not be what you're comfortable with. So we've been through all of that, and I think we're at the end point now where the lights are all installed. We have done all the rough focusing, and we are now using a laser beam that the English suppliers have come in with. They came in yesterday. They started working this morning, and that by tomorrow night they are telling me that they should have everything up and running. We don't have a light problem. The problem is that the lights are ultra bright in certain areas, and then not so good in other areas.
That sounds like a light problem, Doc.
No. When I say a light problem, yes, I'm talking about the intensity of the light. Now, in other words, what I'm saying to you, for example, on the pitch, the requirement is 2,500 looms. We have a reading of 3,700 rooms on the pitch, and in another area, the requirement may be 1,800 looms, as it is in the periphery of the field. And in some areas, it may be down to 1,000. So it is a matter of taking some of the intensity off of the pitch and then put it into those areas. So what I'm saying to you is that from a loom point of view, we have the looms out there. We just have to have it distributed properly and appropriately.
But based on the distribution, a test match couldn't be played with that.
No, but you're not listening to me. Because what I said to you is that we could not do it without the equipment that has been brought in. Equipment has now been brought in. The laser technology has now been brought in from England.
To fix that?
Yeah, the guys who supply the lights, 4 of them are here, right? And they did some work today and took a lot of the dark spots out. But they still have some more refocusing to do. So they have assured me that by tomorrow night, they will have everything fit and ready for the match.
You mentioned the word laser. I mean, for the layman, what was the purpose of that laser technology that you're talking about now?
Boy, I can't explain that to you because I'm not a technical person either. But what they do, they use the laser to help them to beam the light
specific
in a
places
that they want, right? That they want it to be, right? Okay, right.
At what stage though, Doc, did you realize or the team realize that this problem existed?
No. This is a problem that we expected to happen. And over more than 6 weeks ago, the arrangement was made that they would come in to have the final focusing done. I was hoping to have gotten them 2 weeks ago, but they said they had other commitments and some flight problems and things, so they didn't make it until yesterday. But they still have enough time to do what they need to do to have things up as we would like it. All right?
The games that were played, I think last week or a week before, in terms of to kind of fine tune. How
no,
that went,
those games are not to fine tune. I've been hearing that.
What's the purpose for that? That's what we heard.
The purpose of the game, that is the end of the schoolboy season. 15 years ago.
We know that,
so.
but in terms of because you could have played in a day, but you choose to play it also
no, we
in
just
the night.
wanted to
so
give
from
the,
that perspective,
we just wanted to give the young players the opportunity to play some cricket on the lights, right? And they enjoyed it. So and that is going to be a regular fixture every year from now on. As long as I'm around, you will have that being played because it is a very important fixture.
It has nothing to do with preparing for the Australia game. That's what you're saying.
No. It's something that we were determined to bring back this year. I mean, I can remember 15 years ago or so when I was involved in schoolboy cricket, we used to have huge crowds watching that game. I mean, places like Alpart Sports Club used to be packed with people watching an all-head against an all-sunlight game. So I think it is appropriate that at the end of every schoolboy season, whether it is football or cricket, we should have the best players from one area playing against the best areas from another area.
And
it also helps in our selection.
Scoreboard, an update on the scoreboard, Dr. Bennett, in terms of the scoreboard. What's the update?
The scoreboard, the scoreboard is all connected up and will be turned on tomorrow.
Is this ideal, Dr. Bennett, that a few days before such an important game, that things are not totally completed?
No,
You run the risk of any slight mishap showing everything out?
Yeah, and that's something that I worry about. That's a fair question. That is not how we had planned it, but that is how it has turned out. The scoreboard could have been
brought in a little earlier.
Yeah, well, no, it was brought in earlier. The scoreboard was here sitting on for 2 weeks, waiting on us to start installation. The problem is that when we took the old scoreboard down, we found that there's a lot of degradation in the structure, a lot of rotten and metal and stuff that you couldn't see until you had pulled the old unit down. So when you pull the old unit down, it needed significantly more fabricating than we thought we would have had to do. So we had to get that finished before we could install a new scoreboard. So when you're doing these things, there are a lot of unforeseen circumstances, right? A lot of unforeseen things, and that is what hit us with the scoreboard. But we have it up, and we will have it running. I spoke to the Indians who are here. Look, this is a scoreboard that was built and tested in India before it was sent here, right? It was actually tested during an IPL game before it came here. So we know it's working. So they assure me that when they connect up tomorrow, the scoreboard will be working.
One more thing from me, Dr. Bennett. In terms of you have your backup power, because we know the GPS thing for some time in Jamaica.
Boy,
are you relying solely on GPS?
We have our backup power. We have our 2 generators that are working and serviced and everything ready to go. And we also have the appropriate GPS current, which we will use, and then we will use our 2 generators as a backup in case anything happens. I know you're talking about the failure that took place
Premier League game
during but that was not a Sabina problem, That was an area blackout. That was an area blackout.
Yeah, but the area blackout resulted in Sabina losing power.
Sabina, the entire was out of power. The problem is that when we tried to turn the generators on, the generators
refused to start.
Properly. Yeah, and then in addition to that, we were out of GPS current for about almost a week after that, because the transformer, when the current came back on, the transformer that supplies Sabina Park got hit, right? So all it had to be replaced. So we didn't have current again until about maybe 4 or 5 days after the event. Look, you guys need to realize that Sabina Park was in a terrible state. It is not just the lights and the scoreboard. There are a lot of things that you would not see or you would not know unless you are intimately involved. The two change rooms.
That's where I was going. That because in the recent Premier League, I happened to be Caribbean Cup last year. Premier League games, I was in those areas, and I'm saying this not look like Test cricket. And
well, look. Let me just tell you from now that Sabina Park is not where it should be, right? It is not. I am not satisfied. Even after the lights are in and working and the scoreboard is working, there is still a lot of work to be done. We are behind the other stadiums in the Caribbean, right? The only thing that we have that they don't have is a pretty good wicket, because the wickets for the first 2 test matches were atrocious. I mean, they were way below what you would expect. But the change rooms, we had to rip everything out. We had to do the walls.
Oh, so you have done them over?
Walls. Yeah. We couldn't afford to have an international there without them. So we had the entire area, the two players areas recarpeted. We have a dining room recarpeted. We had the entire place replumbed and repainted. And and courts have brought in all the furniture that we need to refurbish the property. Put new air conditioning units in. It is a completely overhaul over there.
Okay, so should be looking brand new then.
Well, it will be looking brand new because everything in there is basically new. So so we have done that, but there's still a lot to be done.
Going back to the lights, Dr. Bennett. The West Indies team and the Australia team arrive tomorrow. Obviously, they are going to be training on the lights as well. How is this going to be facilitated?
That is a Thursday night. They're scheduled for Thursday night.
To train at this under the lights.
They are training in the day on Wednesday, and they train on the lights on Thursday night.
Because I was looking at the itinerary in terms of the training schedule, and I'm seeing night training schedule.
There's night training for Thursday, yes.
But it's on Thursday.
Yes, that will be on Thursday.
Oh, so by that time.
When the West Indies will have their night training?
On Thursday also. Yeah.
Okay. So both teams will train Thursday.
We'll be training on the lights?
But they won't train at a certain time, They're allocated a certain, maybe an hour and a half.
No, man, I mean the same day.
The same day, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because
that happens all over international venues, all over the world. Both teams tend to train on the same day. You're allocated that. You have a time span, and then you train during a period of time, and then you get out, and the other team comes in.
Night.
Yeah, I'm seeing 6 p.m. and for the night training, 6 and 9 p.m.
Well, okay, so one team will come at 6 and the other team will come in at 9.
Okay.
So it's 3 hours each. Okay. If you have that, I have seen that. You're privy to something
night Jew doesn't factor. Night Jew wouldn't factor in this.
Yeah, well, as you know, you have dew in the nights and the ball gets a little bit wet. So, and that is why some teams plan to bat first when they have certainly T20s being played at night. So it is a factor. It's more difficult certainly for spinners to grip the ball. When the dew is heavy. Right.
Dr. Bennett, how are ticket sales going based on what has happened so far? What are your thoughts with regards to the ticket sales?
Well, I'm just hoping that what has happened doesn't dampen the enthusiasm that we have seen so far, because I am hearing that for the test match we have already sold 5,000 tickets. Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know what the T20 figures are like. I expect them to be significantly higher. But we just started selling physical tickets today. The 5,000 that I'm telling you about were all electronic sales. Electronic sales. But the ticket office is now open, and you can also get paraphernalia. You can get all the equipment you want, West Indies shirts and caps and hat. All that is being sold from Sabina Park as we speak. So those who have an interest in buying West Indies caps or whatever, shirts, it's now available here. Right?
What is the response been like from corporate Jamaica? I know you have a lot of expensive places over the glass section there, and corporate Jamaica usually buy out those boxes and so on, and usually have every staff members and everything. How is that looking?
Well, okay. Well, let me just back up and tell you that when we took over the administration at this board, we have a total of 105 boxes at Sabina Park. Right? 105 boxes. Only 35 of them were operational. Right. So what we did, we spent a lot of time and funding to get all the boxes over the George Headley side up and running, because we recognized that there was a lot of possibility for short-term rentals. I mean, of course, we prefer long-term rentals, but short-term rentals for the we thought that there would be an interest in that, and we've been proven right, because nearly all the boxes that we have fixed up have gone.
Okay.
Have gone, and we are now trying to get some of the boxes over the north stand that we could not get to because of financial and time constraints. We may have to hurriedly fix up a few more of those boxes on the north stand, because the demand is there for short-term rental. Yeah.
Yeah, initially, when it was built, we know that some of them had like long-term arrangements. Those
Oh
long-term
well,
arrangements
yeah, well,
came to an
yeah.
end. Mm-hmm.
We lost a lot of clients simply because we had nothing to offer them. There were no internationals, right? Yeah, yeah. We lost our franchise, right? That we are hoping to get back for next year. And then we had little, if any, internationals being played here. Certainly the bigger teams, England, India, they just weren't coming to Jamaica. So people figured that, well, the rentals European long term was a waste of money, so they all opted out. Now a few of them have now started to come back because they now realize that we are serious and that we intend to get internationals in Jamaica. So people have started to come back because, as you know, we have Pakistan next year, and then the following year we have India. So we have a nice package lined up, for
In terms of
20,
the franchise,
26 and 27.
In terms of the franchises, Doctor, you mentioned that you're hoping that Jamaica will get back one next. Is it pending that somebody else will drop out and Jamaica get back a franchise, or
No.
An additional franchise?
It'll be an additional franchise. And I can't tell you which one, but it'll be owned by one of the IPL franchises out of India.
That is good news.
And the name remain the same, right?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
We'll see how that goes, right? Because I don't know if the name was registered by the former owners, and et cetera, which will create a problem. But the important thing is that I would want to believe that we'll have a franchise which will be owned by one of the bigger IPL teams out of India. So you can imagine
So we can have like a Jamaica Night Riders or Jamaica Bengaluru or...
you're not going to pull my tongue here. I don't know. I just don't know.
Dr. Bennett, how optimistic are you that come Saturday night everything will be flowing smoothly and the pink ball test will get underway as scheduled?
I am 99% sure. The only thing I'm keeping my fingers crossed for is to get good weather.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you can't control that one.
Right. So we plan to finish the lights tomorrow, but suppose we have rain all day tomorrow, we can't do it, right? So that is the only inhibiting factor that I can think of. As long as the weather is kind to us, we should have everything ready for Saturday night. Yeah. All right.
And just remind us the what time the games start, the day and night matches, and the T20.
The day game starts at 2:00 in the day, right? And the T20 start at 6 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let us hope everything goes as planned, and because Dr. Bennett, you would have to own this one,
No, I told before, I can just employ people to do the work, I can't do the work myself.
Yeah, I know that.
And we have had some disappointment because some of the one or two of the contractors that we brought in have really let us down, But
so that's why you'll have to own it, because you employed them.
Well, and that is where we're at right now, because really I don't operate in this type of time frame. I was hoping that with 2 or 3 weeks to go that everything would have been in place. But I'm telling you, we have to change contractor because the work, you're not doing a good job. Wow. We have a contractor there who was coming to work at 3 p.m. in the evening. We have to fire. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. This is a big one. It's a big event.
Yeah. Of course, it's a big event. I mean, Australia. That's huge. That's huge, and I recognize that it's an opportunity for us. And we have to get it right. It's not just Dr. Bennett and the JCA.
Right.
It's Jamaica.
Jamaica will have to get it right.
Jamaica will have to get it right. We all have a stake in this. So I just want to
noticed you had the Prime
sports.
Minister and Sports Minister recently, Dr. Bennett. What are they saying in terms of, their assistants to cricket to continue or
Well,
will start or whatever.
we'll see how that goes. We
We
wanted
see
the
how that
lights,
goes.
and the minister and the government came in and did what they had to do. I mean, they gave us $75 million to have the lights changed, and so let us see as we go forward what happens. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Dr. Bennett, we wish you all the best as far as this project is concerned. And
Yeah.
of course, we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping for the best, because it wouldn't be just an embarrassment for the JC, it would be an embarrassment for Jamaica. But
No.
we're thinking positive.
No, trust me. If the weather holds up, if the weather holds good, if the weather is kind to us, we will have it ready for you. All right.
Okay.
Good. All right?
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
good.
All the best.
Yeah,
All
man,
right,
good.
Dr.
Right.
Dr. Bennett, the
Right.
president of the Jamaica Cricket Association, giving us the assurances that all will be in place as long as the weather holds up for
And what's the forecast like? Let me check it out.
yeah, we need to check that. But I don't even know. I don't want to check that in a Raja, because I don't want to check it and then just say
That you know where I'm going.
yeah, we're not. I don't want to check that. I just want to make sure everything is okay for Saturday.
Yeah, the forecast is good, gentlemen.
Okay,
Right.
great.
The forecast is
Great,
good. Yeah.
great, great.
Okay, good.
All right.
Fine.
Thanks again, Dr.
Thank you.
Bennett.
Right.
All right. All right. So we can engage some callers. Remember, you can send us your voice notes as well. Remember the numbers: 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352, and the toll-free number is 888-991-4152. So as soon as we have some voice notes, we'll be going right to some voice notes now, as indicated by my producer, Wade, says he's ready with some voice notes. So we're heading to the first voice note for the evening.
Good night to my Irish family, Raja, Robert, Dwight, Wade Brown, and all the engineer who is working tonight, and big up everybody at Irish. Well, I'm looking towards the West Indies and the Australia team, and I'm praying for the West Indies to just come to Jamaica and entertain the Jamaican fans. Yeah, and only thing me sorry about, the first one never play out here. Yeah, them would have a stronger step off, Me just sorry work out this way, but West Indies, we say from day one, so just West Indies never sell out yet. Jamaica, me say, say, this is my life come from. Yes, sir. Good night again. Soapy, big up yourself. You do good over the weekend. Me hear you. Robert, yeah. Raja, big up on yourself. Yeah, good night again to the panel. I'm going to check in every Monday night, my program. And now we start the program.
All right,
I read
very
the
good.
whole world of Cry. Run Road Boss Froggy from Brownstone, Orange Hill, represent.
Big up yourself, Froggy. Orange Hill, Brownstone. All right. We have another? So we continue with the voice note.
Blessed Robert, blessed Raja. Boy, Robert, I'm done with Brathwaite, Brathwaite have to go. Well, West Indies, boy, I don't know what to say, but yeah, they carry the test match in a 4 days, so automatically that is a win itself, because West Indies test match, I know, say a 3 day and 2 days, so
That's how we reach.
thumbs up to them. But the bowl of them, Janu, bowl of them do a great job. Rich Chick Australia for less than 300 in a 2 innings, that's a good job,
Exactly.
But we don't know. Batting, poor. But you can see what going on in highlight. Yeah, man, bless up on yourself. Schoolers Jamaica locking from Miami.
Bless up, schoolers. Yeah, interesting point he made there, Raja. You can keep Australia below 300 in 2 matches, but you still can't beat them.
Yeah, well, one of the contributory factor in terms of, the last game, as was said earlier, is that, maybe the pitches were not up to scratch as well, But you can't negate the fact that, we still have a quality kind of bowling attack right now. We just need them young, and they're getting the experience, and they're getting the job done. taking 20 wickets, you know.
But my thing in Raja
each
is that
matches is something worthy.
so
Yeah.
so when the bowlers are getting the job done, the batsmen are not
No.
coming through. And then when it switch on, which it really does, when the batsmen get it right, the bowlers don't get it right. But we just can't
Yeah,
get it right.
but what we have to know is that the bowling unit here, them young, and them get experience, and them get the wickets, and I feel that is something that is not it's not often we come up with a quality kind of bowling attack as what we have now. And I feel that if the more games they play, the better them come, they'll get. And then if we can start fix that little batting thing there, then we could have a rounded, comprehensive squad.
All right, when we come back, we're going to be talking about, we have to talk a little about this Craig Brathwaite situation. I understand that we've been joined now by the newly elected president of Netball Jamaica, Karen Rosenbaum. Ms. Baum, good evening, welcome. How are you?
Good night. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you.
Great to have you, ma'am.
How is it, the hot seat feeling so far?
Hot seat, hot it down. We're cooling it down.
Well, you didn't know it hot from long time anyway.
Exactly. So I came in with my eyes wide open.
Yeah, and the ears were wide open too. Right.
Your eyes wide open. What that mean, you know, is that boy hitting the ground, running, and so on.
Exactly. Meaning, you know, because of the work that I've done on the board before, because remember, I was on the board before.
Right.
I am aware of, I believe, most of the challenges and opportunities. So all of that was taken into consideration when I decided to put my hand up and offer myself for this position.
Looking in the near future, based on the fact that you're just coming in, what will be your first order of business, so to speak?
Well, my first order of business is to just get the team aligned because I've said it often and will continue to say that this is not a job for one person. This is a job for a team, and I believe that the new board that was elected by the members on Saturday has a great mix of skill and personality. So the first job for me will be to get the team aligned, set out our strategic plan. We hope to have a retreat in the coming weeks, and then just look at where we are and where it is we want to head, what our short, medium, and long-term goals are, and like I said, hit the ground running as fast as we can.
There were some new developments recently as far as World Netball is concerned, especially the fact that you're going to be having a World Championships every 2 years, something like that. How does this fit in with your initial plans for the Jamaica's netball?
Well, we were somewhat expecting it because maybe not just yet, but we were. It's been talked about in World Netball circles for a little while. We applaud the move to play more. That's one of the reasons why you'll see the top 5, top 6 countries moving to host and create their own series outside of big tournament years. And we, you know, recently have been very involved in that. Usually we just wait until we get invited. We weren't hosting a lot of tournaments here in Jamaica. So the move now to have the World Cup every 2 years is going to be challenging. It's an exciting challenge. We welcome the move to play more, but as you know, there's a cost to travel and prepare a team for a World Cup. And so the 4-year cycle, you know, would give us a little bit of a breather, although we would have the Commonwealth Games in the 3rd year of that 4-year cycle typically. So now we're going to have to, you know, kind of re-strategize and figure out how we're going to get that to work, how we get the sponsors on board, the government for funding, and then to keep a team in preparation. Have a pathway for players to come into the squad to keep the players who are in the squad prepared at a high level. It's going to be challenging, but we're just going to have to do it. We're number 3 in the world. We can't sit back.
Yeah. In
The
terms of
Commonwealth Games.
yeah, go ahead.
The Commonwealth Games. You mentioned something just a short while ago. With the World Cup every 2 years, how close will things be eventually as this every 2 year cycle gathers steam? And bearing in mind the Commonwealth Games is almost like the World Cup same way because the same best teams that World Cup play the Commonwealth Games.
Exactly. It's only the top 16, I believe, in the Commonwealth Games. But the Commonwealth is on a 4-year cycle. Now, remember, this Commonwealth is coming up next year. Initially, we weren't sure about the venue. There were some challenges there. And then we weren't sure if netball was going to be included, and eventually it was. So I think World Netball has their eye on that as well, The challenge or the threat that would be if netball doesn't continue to be in the Commonwealth Games. They are hoping that it will be, and so are we. So I believe that's part of what the strategy is speaks to. But then it will be accommodated because it would be in an off year from the World Cup, and they are.
So it will be all off years. Commonwealth Games.
Right. The Commonwealth and World Cup would not be in the same year. It wouldn't.
So with this announcement of the World Netball Championships every 2 years, I see where they're also bringing in a men's netball World Championship. We have plans for that too?
We sure do.
We do?
We do. we do. Jamaica has a male netball team, and part of what has been happening over the years, quietly for us to see how we can bring men's netball into the fold of the national organization. It's just to figure out how to do it.
All right. So the Sunshine Girls, that's a household name, and world rated. But the process to keep us at that level, I think we're on number 2 or 3.
We're number 3.
We're number 3. There must be something in place to maintain that ranking. What is the plan as far as the netball development is concerned, let's say from the schools, clubs going up?
And to break into the top
right.
2.
And to break into the top 2, yes, exactly. And to head for number 1.
Right.
So that is our ultimate objective. And so one of the things that we want to do is first have a structure that also aligns better with ISA. We hope to, sit with them and discuss all of the potential for that. Right now, their competitions are run. They are aligned to us. They are associate members, but they manage their competitions themselves. We have an under-16 team currently. In the last couple of years, we've restarted our youth teams. So we have an under-16 team currently. We also have an under-21 team who are deep in training for the Netball Youth World Cup in another 2 months. And then obviously you have the national senior squad, the Sunshine Girls. So for us to look at not just the school system, but also our club system, because typically the team members they come from school through to clubs into the national program. And sometimes we feel we don't get to see everybody who is available, or it's not so easy for them to come into the program, especially if you're outside of Kingston. You have to be spotted, scouted, and arrangements made for you to join the program. So those are some of the things that we definitely have on our list to work on, that whole structure. And that is not going to be any overnight changes made there, but definitely some deep studies and plans around how to make it work better. Not that it's working badly because we're number 3. We have 8 players in the top league in the world, so clearly something has been going right. But obviously most people feel, they always hear about Jamaica being in the top 5. When are we going to move, ahead? And we always have that aspiration.
Because hold on, Robert. I want you to elaborate on that a little more because you said 8 And when
Yes.
every week we realize that those aides are easily among the statistical leaders in their respective positions. Critically,
Pretty much
I
all of them.
mean, yeah, what critically, I mean, when you look at that, this is something that we really should critically have a look at and say, no, we have the best players playing in the best league, being among the statistical leaders every week. At what stage, we need to go out, step out, and, be up there, top one, top two.
Yeah, agreed. And every administration has tried to find the right combination, the right the magic bullet, so to speak. And I don't want to say it's all about funding. It is, somehow it is about funding, but it's not only about funding. It's about the structure behind the team, the development to support them in everything from being able to play to what you wear on your foot, your nutrition, your mental health, and the support for the girls because we've never been able to remunerate them at the level that they deserve. And I'm not saying they don't play, obviously don't play for money or win the number three. They're playing for pride and love of country and love of the game. But I feel that, when these girls go to Australia, for example, the setup and the structure that they have in their clubs is, is somewhat superior to what we can offer because we don't have the funds to provide that full, broad width. We don't have a gym of our own. We don't have a training facility of our own. There's a lot of things that go into preparing a number one team. Australia and New Zealand, Australia in particular, has been number one for a lot of years. And they are a netball country. They have stadia all over the country. Their girls get to play at a high level before they even get into the national squad. So when you think about what we've been able to achieve with what we've been able to inject, even though we've had support from corporate Jamaica and from the government, and we don't want to sound greedy like we need more, but we do need more to put everything behind the program. And so yes, all of those things.
We just hope to get the stars aligned one of these times.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is our plan. That is in this administration. The stars are going to align.
As you talk about the stars aligning, you step, Karen, to the pinnacle of the administration at a time when the World Youth Netball Championships is coming at us. I think it is in September in Gibraltar. How are the plans going for that?
The plans are going well in terms of the preparation of the team. The usual challenges that I just described. Because we've had the girls in, but I mean, we always find a way to manage it. We have a lot of volunteers that work with Netball Jamaica. The coach, Anna Daly, has been putting in a lot of work with her assistant, Nadia Hansen, to prepare the team members. They have been playing in the current Elite League as a way of preparing them because they really don't have the ability to carry them overseas to go and do practice matches, for example. So we're making the final preparation for them to go. Going to Gibraltar is very expensive, and the team does need more support for us to. The government is helping and has given us some help already towards accommodation. We have to finalize the airfares now. So, any sponsor who wants to, stick up their hand to help the under-21 team, have a smooth ride to Gibraltar, please give us a call. But they are in serious, intense preparation. They leave, I think, at the end of August, early September into Gibraltar.
What you should do, though, Karen, is we know it's a lot of money, and you're saying that the sponsors, they could put up their hands, but tell them what you want. Because there's a figure to it, and it's a big figure, I think.
Yes, it is. I don't have the figure off the top of my head, having just come in, but I know that airfare alone is over $6 to $8 million, for example. Wow. So, that's not money that's just sitting in your back pocket. But Jamaica always does well. These are the future Sunshine Girls. So if you we have support from JPS who's supporting the team specifically, as well as some of the funds from all of our existing sponsors like Vestas and Musinko and Reyneg goes towards the team. But it has to spread. And like I said, whenever there is a tournament here, the costs go up exponentially. And when you're going to somewhere that's so far away, the airfare alone per player is $500,000. So we definitely do need the support of corporate Jamaica to get them there as comfortably as every other team who is there representing their country.
We spoke earlier about the developmental plans for netball. But talk to us about the club championships. Talk to us about the standard of that and how that impacts on the Sunshine Girls big team.
You're talking about Elite League or all
Right, that one, the Elite League.
The Elite League. So the Elite League, as I mentioned earlier, is I think we completed 2 weeks of the Elite League. It's been going pretty well in terms of the support and the intensity of the games. We've had some criticism about the level of play in the Elite League based on the players the overall, of the players who participate. The Elite League is meant to give the squad members who are in Jamaica, one of the objectives, not the full objective, is to give those squad members a chance for intense play at the highest level. They participate in the major leagues of our divisional league as well, which concluded about 2 months ago. But the Elite League is meant to pull in both the existing Sunshine Girls, prospective Sunshine Girls, and players who are playing at a high level. Again, funding sometimes gives us a beating in terms of being able to remunerate the players at the level we'd like to, and that is some of what impacts some of the decisions about whether they want to play or not. Because this is a semi-professional league, so this is the only league that we have where we pay the players. Some of the clubs in the divisional league do pay their players, but this is where Netball Jamaica pays the players for playing. That's one of the areas that we want to stop and look at all our leagues, how they operate, where the players play, how the leagues relate to each other. If you play in one league, are you allowed to play in another, and at what level? Not just allowed, what is the best formula for us to keep moving players through a pathway at which the majors and the elites would be at the top before you get into your national programs. To look at, what we've been doing over the years, create some kind of think tank where you're talking to your clubs and the coaches and the players themselves. Of course, they are a very important part of the equation, as well as the board and our committees, to see if we are moving in the right direction. And if we're not, what is the detour or the change or the tweak that we make to try and make the league better? The league was created a little over 10 years ago. And it's kind of ebbed and flowed and had its peaks and valleys. COVID, stopped.
What about the level of participation in it, though? In terms of national?
Players? So all of the nationals who are based in Jamaica are participating.
No, I'm talking about in terms of geography right across the island.
So when you say right across the island, the nationals...
The players who participate in the Elite League, are they from all across Jamaica, or are they just from Kingston and St. Anne?
They are primarily from Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Anne. And there are some in the national program who have come to us from outside of those areas, but they basically have moved to Kingston or moved to one of those parishes to participate, because the training, I'm training 3 times a week, so you have to be close by. So that is also one of the things we have to work on, is the parish organization and what happens in the parish and how that connects to what the national program is doing.
Yeah. We heard that you have at least 2 international players playing in the league? Is it a case that invitation were thrown out to have more or volunteer to come and play in the league? How that process
So
works?
international in the sense that they are based and they're nationals of other countries. They are not members of their country's national team,
Oh,
but they play
okay.
club. They play club netball.
As,
And these are
as you talk
So,
about that,
so hold on,
yeah.
yeah, go
I
ahead,
want to
finish.
find
Sorry,
out.
boss.
I want to find out. Is it a case that as the league grow, we could see more nationals from other countries coming into the league?
Yes, and that is the vision for the league. I mean, we've thrown out invitations before, to the region first and foremost, because the idea is the vision originally was that we would become the major league within this region because Jamaica leads the region both in play and position and somewhat in organization. So that's been the vision. So if you have a shooter from Trinidad or Barbados who may be invited into the league to one, better their craft, two, play at a high level, three, offer something that that is on par with some of our players here, then that was the idea. That still is the idea. The funding for the league now, what you are paying the players will have to afford them the ability to come and pay for accommodation and all of that because we obviously can't put that bill right now. And until the clubs either are on some kind of franchise basis or are standing on their own, then it's a cost to Netball Jamaica. So this invitation is still there to the federations in the region. If they could fund a player to come, then we put them in the pool when we're doing the draft and place them. And so that will help to build the sport within the region. It's no good if Jamaica is up at number 3 and everybody else, the sources in the region is down at number 10 or 11.
Outside the top 10.
Then that, right, or outside of the top 10. Then we have to go outside of the region to play our peers who are playing at the same level as us. But we also would want the region. This region has the most countries in it, but we don't have very many in the top 10.
And finally, Karen, I see a team in the elite competition named the Jamaica Under 21 Challenge. Does this team have anything to do with the youth team preparing for the World Championships?
It is, and they were strategically placed there.
Okay.
Competition. So they're playing against the seniors. They
Yes.
actually beat two of the teams so far. They've been beaten twice and they lost twice. So the team that we saw play against South Africa when they came in January, because their under 21 team came as well. And our team, the coach was just starting to have a change of coach and some other changes of the coaches, just feeling our way around certain things. And so the development, if you saw them play then and saw them now, you would see that there's been a marked difference and improvement in the level of play. We're quite happy with how they're progressing. And like I said, they were able to beat some of the seniors in two of their games so far. So,
Well, Karen, I want to wish you all the best as we say thanks for speaking with us. I know it's a challenging task, but I guess your peers have seen it in you, and you also know that you can carry this cross. So let's hope you get to the promised land with the Netball Jamaica. All the best.
All the stars will be aligned.
Yeah,
all the stars will align. Oh, not just hope and prayer, but put in the work and the stars will align.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks again, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
Newly elected Netball Jamaica President Karen Rosenbaum. Thanks for speaking with us again. All right, it is now 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. Remember, you can call us. The numbers to call us, 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352, and the toll-free line is 888-991-4152. The WhatsApp line is also 876-838-2405. Remember, head on out to Sabina Park this weekend for cricket, lovely cricket. All right, so we have more voice notes. Are we getting ready to speak with Earl Davis, the president of the Lions United Sports Club in New York? Or before we go to him, let us take some more voice notes.
Rastafari love and greetings. Give thanks to life, you know.
Greetings, man.
Big up yourself, you know, Roger. Yeah, man. One asphalt in a blunt. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Robert.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. Give thanks to life, you know. Yeah, man. Changa bring a check in, you see it?
Yes, Changa.
Yeah, man. What I charge it, man. It is Liverpool forward, Diego Jota.
Oh, we not even mentioned that.
Yeah.
Come on, you mind that speed hard. Because the master the car can go up to 200 miles per hour. And you are trying to catch a ferry. You can just imagine how the man in my press gas, man.
They don't see it, man.
But I wonder to
Man,
carry the
fast.
faulty still. Yeah, still I wonder to carry the faulty, but no matter what it happen or what happened to the car, can't turn back the hands of time. Ball a crash and dead with him, brother.
Oh, boy.
Right now, Liverpool have to look at goal replacement forward. Georgia. But the big up all Liverpool supporters, you know, because you know football a oneness, you know? Yeah, man. And the most beautiful sport you have, you know? Yeah, man. So it brings a togetherness amongst mankind, so. Big up all Liverpool fans everywhere, you see it? Yeah, man.
Let's up yourself,
Never walk
Changa.
alone. One Liverpool, you know? Don't. I never Liverpool.
Great.
Boy, Roger, that was a shocker last week, boy.
Boy, I tell you.
You saw the video of the crash?
Boy, I saw the aftermath, and boy.
Tell you, tire. We're speculating that it was a blown tire. Why?
Yeah, that is one of the theories.
Why the man did not even have a chance to say a prayers, boy? It just happened. Yeah. And them carry move fast, you know, boy.
Yeah, man, nippy.
Oh gosh.
Nippy. And it's just unfortunate, you know, because him do a surgery and he was informed
not to fly.
Mm-hmm. So him just a drive, you know, and then drive on the ferry, you know, and then you know,
when your number call, boy, tell you. 10 days after I got married. Imagine.
And everything was just, you know, was so going so well. And he won the Premier League, then he won the Nations League, then he married, you know, and 28 years old.
Wow. I think we have a caller on the line. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Robert.
Greetings.
How you doing, man?
We're good to go, man.
Oh, Roger, how you doing?
I'm fine, man. What's up?
Long time I hear from you.
Yeah, but look here now. The men's football one really will reach the qualification standard what standard.
Well, we don't reach the place of the line that we want to be.
If we run 38.2 or above.
How much you run?
I think a 38.4 or something.
I don't remember.
So them can't do that time?
38.4. No, remember, you know,
other teams have run faster.
You know. So they are they are in 18 or 17 position now, the Jamaica time.
Right. So we need to get to what, 4th, 15 or 16, something like that.
Yeah. Want to get into the top 16. So the time to beat right now is 38.2.
Hold on. Have we mixed out right then the mixed relay too?
Yeah, the mixed relay not qualify yet.
You see, because the next Diamond League we're going to participate right in that which you mean July the 19th. We're going to run the next Diamond League.
Yeah, we'll run in London. Chances. That is in London.
They have two major events.
Schedule at this time, right?
Yeah, so we can't make it, Robert? We can't make the time?
No, I guess we're going to make it, you know. I guess we're going to make it, you know. We have to just do what we have to do and get the right group together and just go for it. You know?
Robert, Pastor Man start the the relay, right? And then Pastor Man end the relay.
Say again?
Yeah, fast person start the relay, and I'm fast person end the relay.
You need a fast, you need every leg.
You need every leg to be fast, man.
Yeah, but why we don't know? But why we don't know?
You know, hey, Bacala, Bridget. It's the speed of the stick, you know.
Yeah, the speed of the baton, yeah.
The man, you know. It's the speed of the stick.
I don't want it, don't you? Don't want yesterday? We win yesterday, not true?
Yeah, but we never do the time.
We never do the time. We never do the time. I want to, I would like them to make it to just to make just to go to the World Championship, you know. You're not too far from this, you know. You know, we have
a little over 2 months.
Eh?
I have a little over 2 months.
Anyway, we love them anyway still, but you know, more and make it still this month, the 19th year, the next Diamond League. You understand?
London.
So, yes, you know, some big up Tina, right, and Kishan, because Kishan won, but Tina lose anyway. But that's why I got still.
Oh, 985, I think he ran in
yeah.
Prefontaine.
The ball that died right in the fire crash. How old am I? I'm 28.
28, yes. Jota, yes. And his brother,
young
too.
boy,
Don't forget his brother, too. You know. His brother was 23.
The two of them died.
Yeah, both of them.
Lord, but that's sad news.
And his brother play football, too.
Yeah.
Play second division.
Liverpool and play for now?
No, he played for in a league in
Jota play for
Portugal.
Liverpool. His brother played for a second division team in Portugal.
Sad news, man. I'm sorry to hear, man.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, you see my prayers are with the families, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yes, you know, my prayers are with the families. I express my sympathy, right, and condolence to the family, man.
All right. Thanks for the call, sir.
Believe me, I tell you, trust me, man. It's really, really sad, right? Me, I tell you, man.
Really sad story. But thanks for the call, all right? Thanks for your time.
So officially the time that Jamaica need to run faster than right now is 38-2. Officially. That is that's the time in the 16th place, and the time in the 15th place is 37-87. So Jamaica can run.
They can't do it this month, you know. They can't do it this month.
Well, they have 2 more bites of the cherry as it is right now. So we hope they can get it done. All right. I think we have a break coming up, but Roger, your friend planning to buy another Premier League team. You know, we talk about that. The other side of the break. The program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break.
Experiencing pain and discomfort from a hernia, struggling with a hard-to-heal wound or diabetic ulcer? At Hermosa Health, we specialize in providing affordable expert care for hernias and challenging wounds. Our experienced hernia repair specialists and wound care professionals are dedicated to helping you heal with personalized treatment plans tailored to your unique needs. Don't let pain hold you back any longer. Visit us today at 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios, and take the first step to a pain-free tomorrow. Call 383-2067.
It's just joy and niceness whenever we get together. And that smile on your face is something to treasure. Grateful that in these special moments, I'm the one that you always chosen.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
777, it a the drink. Yeah, the smoothest premium tasting, better than a bull when it rages. Yes, 777 one with baiting. Double the energy, double the vibe. 777 energy drink, the drink for you. World singer said that.
Trying to mix up the original Norwegian. Saltfish I could do any other region. When you want to talk about saltfish, you know say the real one are the Norwegian. Hey watch out, hey look in on me food basket. You see we saltfish with a kiyar color lower anyway you want it. And everybody don't a market. Then we tell you from you see the quality. You not be ask if for the original Norwegian. Saltfish I could do any other region. When you want to talk about saltfish, you know the real one are the Norwegian.
The iconic Tony Braxton is coming to Reggae Sumfest 2025 as the headline act for Festival Night 2, Saturday, July 19. With over 70 million records sold worldwide, 7 Grammy Awards, and timeless hits like On Break My Heart, Breathe Again, 7 Whole Days. Tony Braxton brings that smooth, sexy, and inimitable vibe to the Sumfest stage. Real R&B royalty meets Jamaica's biggest night in music. Don't miss Tony Braxton live at Reggae Sumfest 2025. Grab your tickets now at reggaesumfest.com.
Sponsors Hospital, Round Hill, Deja, John Sweeney, Bajou Incorporated, SC-Rom, VIP Attractions, Touchstone, Palmer Security Services, Collab Productions, Big Yard, Down Sound Records, and Galleria.
Sponsored by Irie FM.
Independence Day, Wednesday, August 6th. 5-star promotion and graphics, Rumbar Gyal Fest. Yeah, by Rumbar Gyal Fest. At Dintel Sports Complex, listed St. Catherine. Wild and crazy, high energy music and vibes. From Bishop Escobar, Nika Fire, DJ Montana from Chicago, DJ English. Live performance by Enhance the Monster. Admission 2,000 pre-sold, 2,500 at the gate. VIP 3,500. Online tickets at firstinline.com. Rumbar Gyal Fest, August 6th. Must be over 18 years old to drink responsibly.
This summer, Flow mash up the place with big rewards in the Cash the Ready promotion. Switch or activate a 2-day higher data, talk and text prepaid plan, and get instant prizes and loyalty points with every activation. The more points earned, the higher the reward. Just check your text message for the winning link. Plus, 10 lucky winners will share the cash prize of over $1.5 million. Cash the Ready and catch the big rewards with Flow.
Visit discoverflow.co for more info. Authorized on Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
This summer, get ready for the ultimate seafood experience at the Little Ochi Seafood Carnival. Sunday, July 13 at Little Ochi Alligator Pond. It's all you can eat with live performances from Agent Sasko, Jamal, and Area Code. Plus vibes from Bass Odyssey and Star Level Music. Pre-sale tickets $3,000 at the gate $4,000. Bring the kids. We've got the free Kiddies Village. Proudly sponsored by Excelsior, Rumbar, Irie FM, Rainforest, White Sand Seafood, and Everybody's Supermarket. Don't miss the feast of the summer.
Street Dance, Monday, July 14th from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Admission free.
Dress code, fly in fashion.
Entertainment by
Triple X.
Bishop Escobar.
Let me tell you about Johnny Cool.
DJ Liquid.
DJ Tom and Ravers.
Get your tickets now at reggaesumfest.com.
Sponsored by JTB, MasterCard, Secrets, Breathless, Red Stripe, Pepsi, Wata, the UDC, H&L, Down Sound Records, Straight Vibes, Mobay Chamber of Commerce, St. James Municipal, ECS, Irie FM.
Wake Up Call has never been nicer.
Join the interactive team of Clover J
and DJ Lollipop every Tuesday inside the Wake Up Call for the Big Bad Juggling.
This is how you're juggling Jamaica. Every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. two big bad artists will go head to head.
Oh,
tune for tune.
Play that song there.
Hits of the hit. It bumped the bucket. It bumped the bucket.
Come vote for your favorite artist.
What me artist then?
This week in Juggling will feature two legends. The queen of reggae, Marcia Griffith.
I shall sing as long as I live, and as long as I live, I shall sing.
Going up against the cool ruler, Gregory Isaacs.
Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Come attend to the sick.
Who will you vote for in
Juggling?
Always expect the unexpected when it comes to clash.
Wanna move, wanna ready. Where's the daughter you travel with me today?
Make sure say red plate the pan it, you know. I'm not travel with you.
Yes, man, it thing legit.
Red plate operators, it's your time to take the spotlight.
Irie FM is giving all red plate operators pictures a chance to win big in Red Plate Spotlight.
Just submit your red plate via a WhatsApp picture to 876-350-2838 and listen to REFM Mondays to Fridays between 6 a.m. and noon, as well as between 7 to 8 p.m. Mondays and Fridays to hear if your plate will be announced to win at least $10,000.
Once announced, you will have 20 minutes to claim your winnings, which goes up by $10,000 every time someone fails to claim.
You don't have to submit your plate more than once, because once submitted, it remains a possible candidate for every draw until drawn.
No name, phone numbers, or address needed. Only Red Plate pictures required. That's Red Plate Spotlight this and every weekday, and twice on Mondays and Fridays on the nation's #1 IRI FM. Red Plate Spotlight is brought to you by
Tiles R Us Limited, Ballards Valley, St. Elizabeth. For tiles, tools, every household fixture, call 965-1896. Tiles R Us.
What you say?
Art Artist Music Production, promoting new single by Justice Teacher, Shell Down the Place, available on YouTube and all downloading platforms.
Shell down the place, shell down the place. Make it bartender, shell down the place. Me a shell down the place, shell down the place. Right now, tell me a waste. Shell down the place.
Stargate Recording Studio and VIS Records, promoting Prettiest Girl by James Singer and Who Forget Bun by Goldie Ranks.
Got the prettiest girl in my neighborhood. Yes, me. And she loves me oh so good. Yes, me.
Smoke Shop Studios, promoting one of the hottest summer hits, Viva La Vida by Hell Amaikino. Find it on YouTube and all downloading platforms.
Yo, something no. So if we want get high, stand far from me, dirty bad mind. Enjoy me, I enjoy my time. Know me alone, me I go live my life. Me I go live my life. Me I go live my life. Do you me I go do mine. Follow me alone, me I go live my.
Welcome back to Watch the Score here on Reggae Radio. IRFM. Want to acknowledge our viewers on YouTube. Like and share the video. Big up to Andrew Campbell. Unstoppable Josh. I think get the audio sorted out now, so you're good to go. Shawnee Seaton, big up yourself. Ron Johnson, good evening. Glenroy Burke. We also have Denai J. Scott, who says he's watching us from Miramar in Florida. Big up yourself. All right. And we also are on Facebook as well. All right. So like and share the video on YouTube. All right. I think we have a voice note, and then we're going to be speaking with Errol from the Lions United. Yeah, Earl, not Errol. Earl. All right. Let's go to the voice note. Yeah. Ready for us, Wade?
Yeah, good night, RFM. Checking in from Virginia, West Indies to the heart. But you are going no bad, man. The both of them, the film part, we need the feeling and the batsman them to do them thing.
And the umpire them.
Another thing again too. This whole light thing, I mean, it can have me nervous now still, because as I say, it would be a big embarrassment if it's not the right way. But I guess we are Jamaicans, we're going to make it right. And hopefully, we can at least win one. Because, I mean, 2-1 is much better than 3-0. And I hope John Campbell, I'm a father name that, I hope him can come good. Because I'm sure him look at the last time. I don't know up to these guys, but after them reach certain
stroke.
milestone at the innings, them just chew them wicket. Respect to King, yeah.
Brandon, yeah.
Good debut. Hope you continue. Trajectory look good. Yeah. Gabriel, sorry for you, bro, but you gotta go. I mean, Brathwaite. Yeah. But at the end of the day, wish West Indies all the best. And you don't know we say Jamaica. Big up yourself, RFM. Much love. Listen every week. Tune in on the YouTube channel. Glad for the YouTube channel here. Bless up on yourself.
Bless up. Virginia.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
You see, in terms of averages, you see why, say average important because John Campbell and the same Brathwaite, they're
Brathwaite.
averaging Brathwaite, they're averaging under 30. So, say once they reach that score, that's the time you start. They look very good, especially John, him look very good up to 20 and 30,
But
say when him reach that's up, you have to start worry. Because, say, at that time average.
And gone.
Yeah, that's that.
So
Then most of the time, he look marvelous in that 40,
Yeah, but Roger, answer me this question. It's a test match, and you reach 40 from 52 balls. You're going in, man. You want to tell me say you know have, is that a 1 day game,
That's why I'm average where I'm average. Because when you reach, say, I eat that.
40 from 52 balls,
So
and that
you
includes
take in
5
the
fours
eyes
and a
lows.
6,
Yeah, you're taking the highs and the lows, and then when you factor it out now, that is why I'm average that.
That time you have a deficit, No, sir. The man didn't deal with it properly. All right, I think it's time now. We go to Earl.
Yeah, man.
Earl is the president of the Lions United Sports Club in New York. Earl, how are you?
Okay, good night, everyone.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you.
Earl, good man.
Yeah, man. Enough respect.
Yeah, man. So you have a big project. Is this weekend, no?
Yeah, man.
Yes, this Saturday at the Turnover All Suite Hotel in New Kingston there. And Waterloo Road, 70 Waterloo Road.
What is this project in need of? Because a fundraiser,
All right,
right?
it's in need of keep a child in school in Jamaica. What we do, this is our 25th trip to Jamaica, doing what we're doing.
Okay.
Giving back to the community all across the island. So when we're coming in Thursday, we have a mission in St. Mary, where we have the doctor and nurses will be going around giving doing medical care in the Highgate area. That's for Friday. And we're doing back to school certificate for school kids. Sign up on their medical, free medical for them to go back to school. We're doing book bag drive, and doctors will be doing all kind of checks, the blood pressure, diabetes, all of that. So we have a full tour coming, but on Saturday, which is the main event, is our 25th anniversary gala.
Okay.
Which we try to celebrating life in general, and what we're all about, and in giving back.
Oh, there was a time when Lions used to come and play a lot of football games and so on. You move into black tie affair now.
Well, that's true how we evolving.
I tell you.
Because I remember the days we used to have a big bus with 60 people playing 4 football games across the island.
Right.
Playing with people like Anthony Corbett and all of them, Windell Downswell, who is also our co-president now. So, we play a lot of football. But in spite of the football, we still have to give back.
Right.
Because there's a lot of need out there. And our main goal is keep the kids in school. Because we have the talent in Jamaica, but we just need the support.
Right.
And
so what kind of support the persons going to this awards gala need to provide now?
Well, they're funding from the event, their gate prize, which is the $100 to go in, our 15,000. That will go towards giving back scholarships.
Okay.
For kids in school, and it also give back to preseason football tournament, which we do in the county of Surrey for this trip. Okay. So we have some schools in the parishes of Surrey who will be getting school balls, supplies, ball, bibs, cone, so those are the things we do.
And there's a particular individual from a particular school that will be getting some special scholarship or something like that?
What we do, we don't have a expression of per se, but we have a scholarship that goes around, application that goes around in all the schools. Where we try to send out in all the schools from runs from February to April, where the kids can apply for the scholarship. And from that application, then we award the kids with a 1 year scholarship in school where we pay all the tuitions, whatever. And sometimes we pay for bus fare and they get meal from it. So we've been doing this for quite a long, 15 years doing the scholarship like that. So it's worthwhile.
All right, so you want people to come out to this event on Saturday now because it is from this that you are able to carry out those philanthropic projects.
Yes, that's the main goal. Come out and support, support us locally that we can do more or can reach further in our endeavor. But we have, it's not just the scholarship, but we have the nurses, the back to school medical, free medical back to school.
Okay.
So they benefit in all other ways, book bags, all of that, So there's a lot of benefit in terms for the kids.
And the Lions United it's out of New York, and Jamaicans are the behind all this.
Yes, majority of Jamaicans in the diaspora area, which we started in 2001. That was our first trip. But at the first time when we traveled, it was majority Jamaican. We have guys from Belgium. We have 2 guys from Belgium. We have 1 from Egypt. We have 2 Spanish and 3 from Trinidad.
Okay.
So Jamaican. And that's how we started. And from the first game we played against Mona and also Reno 1991 championship team. Yeah, we played against them in Fru. And we gave them 2-1. So from that was the birth of our team. Because for we to come down here and beat Reno, we said, you know what? This is the starting of a great team. I will never look back. So we play teams like Hanover Masters, Constant Spring. We travel all over, play all the teams that you can name. So what we do now, we move away from much football, so we're getting older now, we're seniors. So,
legs them not so bad again.
Yeah, not like before.
Legs them not as bossy as they were before.
Yeah, so we move over in.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, we give back wheelchairs because we do infirmary right across the island. And Wayne Shaw.
Yes.
Yeah, he's our co-president with Wendell Downswell, and he's the one who's in charge of the mission for the they call it for the infirmers. He does the infirmers.
Okay.
So he do wheelchair, pampasses, walkers, cane, crutches. He supplies all the infirmers right across the island. So if you need crutches, you need wheelchair, just get in touch with Wayne Shaw, and he put it in motion.
Great.
But those are some of the stuff we do.
All right. So you want people to come out on Saturday at Terra Nova.
Yeah, we love people to come out and support
and
us.
support the thing.
Yeah.
$100 US.
$100 that's 15,000 Jamaicans.
Yeah, 15,000 sound plenty. That's $100 US.
And Roger will be right there with us.
Man, come out and support, man. All right.
Yes, man.
So Earl, all the best here, sir.
All right.
Good job you guys been doing over the years.
Thanks,
so continue.
I hope to.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks again for speaking with us.
All right, no problem.
See you on the weekend, sir.
All right. Bless.
See you on Friday, Roger.
All right.
Bless.
Okay, so we're heading into the final return for home, Roger.
Yes, home stretch.
Gold Cup came to an end yesterday, boy.
Yeah,
Mexico
from behind to win 2-1.
Yeah. After conceding in the 4th minute, come back 2-1 victory.
even before we even discussed the game, you notice that this year, a lot of the games, stadiums were spoke up in terms of support.
You see the final yesterday, 70,000 people, you know?
Yeah, well, but I talk about it like some of the games that involve some of the Central American teams, them short the tournament. Normally, when Central American teams are play, stadium usually ram, but this year, I mean,
Yeah, when Guatemala, teams like Guatemala, Mexico, guaranteed a full house.
Yeah, but this year with all what is happening in America, you notice that could have been one of the major contributing factors.
Yes.
Yesterday was a final and a lot of Mexican.
Are people afraid, you know, man?
Yeah, man.
It's not all Jamaicans afraid, you know?
Yeah, man, everybody afraid.
Everybody afraid.
Everybody afraid. So, yeah, but
them going to be more afraid now because the visa fee raised.
Why?
Yes, man. But I tell you, yeah. And So, but it was an exciting game, though.
Yeah, man. I mean, 1-1 for a good stretch until Mexico found the guide goal, which initially wasn't given, but after VAR check, you know, it was awarded, and you know, that's it. Mexico, 10-time?
Yeah.
10-time champions.
10 times.
So the Gold Cup. Is only one other team outside of USA or Canada or
Mexico. Canada won it about 2 times.
Canada, yeah, 1 time.
Yeah,
but every other time is either US or Mexico. When I'm just wondering when that will be broken. Jamaica tried it 2 times.
But Jamaica went close 2 times. But nobody else are really up there. Yeah. And so Jamaica now firmly focus on the World Cup now. Those games, September 5, September 8, I think it is, and October, November. So
at the end of November, we should be heading to the World Cup.
Right, we should be qualifying in November. Usually, November is the time when we qualify. You know. So, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to another public holiday, you know, in November.
I tell you. All right, so we let's see if we have any more callers waiting. You can come in now because the lines are clear. 974-5043, 974-5051. 974-5079, 618-0352, and toll free 888-991-4152. All right, let us, I think we have more voice notes. Let's go to the voice notes. All right, wait, there's more voice notes first. Let's get there.
Good evening, Robert. Just want to big up Women and winning the Netball World Championship.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
We never mentioned that, Roger.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, we could even ask, what's your name? That's Karen.
Yes, we not remember. I remember anything at all about that one. Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, congrats to Homo Technical.
Homo, that traditional netball.
Yeah, you know, the body in a track and field, but the netball.
Yeah, man, and body netball too. One time body in a cricket too. In the 90s, you know.
And the St. Ledger went off yesterday. St. Ledger, I Dream Again it was.
Again.
Radish, my name, Haladine. Yeah. Beat up Kalalu. Yeah. With Hansa. So congrats to the connections. I Dream Again on the St. Ledger victory. All right, let's go back to more voice notes.
Yeah, good night, team. Good night, all our listeners. It's a very disappointing moment again. Once more, seriously lose the second test. Also lose the series. I mean, the batting department let us down badly. Bowling unit was good.
Definitely.
You know, low scoring match, so West Indies had the chance to win both tests and they didn't. But, you know, the last one, How they can win it and, play for pride. And morely, I just want to big up Mount Pleasant, talk about it more, with the rest of the coaching staff and the team. I want to big up the Reggae Boys also. I want chance for that's what you said. Big up yourself. Robert, Dwight, Roger, Wade Brown, and the rest of the sports department.
Bless up yourself and thanks for the input. Roger, I mentioned earlier that your good friend, we understand he's moving towards buying another club, Chapelton Maroons.
Another club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. But it don't look like nothing serious happened yet. Yeah.
Where is it?
You've heard about it?
No, sir. The first me I hear that.
Yeah, man. So the project never worked with Veer United, so another client.
Yeah, so how that go? So is that case where Veer has gotten back full ownership or what? How that go?
Right, I don't know.
Because wasn't he the owner? Based
Our part owner.
Our part owner.
Yeah, so he probably just buy them and just sink them. Then just drop out of the league and go back to play Major League or Division 1. Interesting. But I guess we will hear some more about that officially.
Okay, well, news to me, so...
Chapelton Maroons. I don't know if that will materialize, but I understand that there have been some talks about Mr. Butler.
And so the Senton thing working out? I mean, in terms of once the team that lost that point, they rebounded.
Yeah, man, they're back in business, man. Because you can't. It just
the window
like
closed yet? The transfer window open yet?
I guess they were penalized for using ineligible players, so them back up and running.
But I know that these same player could come in back once the window open.
I would figure so, because I mean you can't play in a one season. Remember that situation with Mount Pleasant and Cavalier. That was the issue, You can't play for two teams in a one transfer window. So, but it looked like it was legitimized now because when Phoenix All Stars was doing it, but I guess the Senton Association stepped in and did what they had to do as far as that is concerned. So I guess we're back to square one, because I mean you can't just flaunt the rules of the competitions and just
and Spanish Town Police, they had gone up to the Premier League.
To the Premier League.
You know who coaching them?
Who
is that new coach now?
Who that?
Bradley Stewart.
Oh yes, I saw it somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Boy, Bradley coach only for team,
Yes, man.
But Bradley a good coach still. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, the Premier League starting early this year in August.
A little earlier.
Premier League starting about the last week of August. Yeah.
By that time, the Caribbean thing would be up and running.
Yeah, man. That starts in August to early August. So Mount Pleasant and Cavalier will be in action there. I think we're out of time now. We have any more voice notes there? Wade, we can quickly drop it in. Look like we have exhausted them. All right, so it's about time now to say thanks to everybody who participated in the program. Our very special guest, Karen Rosenbaugh, the newly elected president of Netball Jamaica. We also had the CEO of Cricket West Indies, Chris Dehring, and the president of the Jamaica Cricket Association, Dr. Donovan Bennett. Earl Davis, the president of the Lions United Sports Club in New York, was also with us. And we want to say very special thanks also to our listeners, our viewers on YouTube, those on WhatsApp who sent us their messages. And we also was on Facebook. We want to say thanks to everybody for participating. Thanks also to our producers, Wade Brown and Dwight Fraser. And we also want to say thanks to the support staff. DJ Collision was our technical operator this evening. And we also had Peter Brodba, our graphics, I still don't know what to call Peter, but Peter ensures that we are on social media. So thanks to Peter Brodba. And of course, Shaquille Gale. Thanks also to our telephone operators. Until next week, same time, same place. My name is Robert Williams.
I'm Roger Haspel.
The program came to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios, or 974-3366. 70.